In the remote hills of the early frontier, there was a small settlement known as Widow's Hollow. The town earned its name from the many women who had lost their husbands to the wild, or to something darker lurking in the hills. By nightfall, the hollow was silent, except for the wind and whispers of the past. The story begins with Abigail Turner, a widow whose husband, Thomas, vanished while hunting. She lived alone in their log cabin on the outskirts of the hollow. People in town avoided her home, saying the surrounding forest had grown strange and twisted since Thomas's disappearance. Trees seemed to shift, shadows lingered where there should have been none, and at night, a low, sorrowful humming drifted from the cabin. One evening, Abigail's young nephew, Samuel, came to visit. He had heard the rumors but was curious. That night, a storm rolled in. The wind howled like a chorus of voices, and Abigail warned him to stay close to the hearth. But Samuel, drawn by a faint light outside, wandered to the edge of the forest. Suddenly, the ground shook, and a figure emerged from the mist, Thomas, or at least what looked like him. His eyes glowed faintly, and his voice was hollow. "Do not follow me, or you will join the hollow." Samuel froze, but the figure began moving backward into the forest. Terrified, Abigail grabbed him and pulled him back to the cabin. They watched from the window as more figures appeared, other men who had vanished over the years. Some carried lanterns, some simply floated, like shadows of the living. They circled the cabin, whispering warnings and crying out in anguish. The hollow's secret was revealed slowly. The hills had been cursed by a settler long ago, someone betrayed and killed by the frontier community. His dying words called upon the land itself to protect those wronged, trapping the spirits of anyone who died unfairly in Widow's Hollow. Over time, it became a gathering place for the restless, where the living sometimes glimpsed glimpses of the lost, but rarely survived the encounter without fear. Abigail, determined to protect Samuel, spent the following nights uncovering old journals and letters from the settlers. She learned that to survive the hollow, one had to respect the spirits, acknowledge the past, and never seek the land for selfish gain. She placed candles around the cabin, burned herbs, and whispered prayers. Slowly, the wailing lessened. The figures no longer lingered outside her window, and Thomas's ghost appeared only briefly, nodding toward her in silent thanks before fading. Years later, travelers and settlers would still report seeing lights in Widow's Hollow, hearing whispers, or glimpsing shadowy figures at night. Some said Abigail's efforts had eased the curse, while others claimed the hollow was only dormant, waiting for someone who disrespected its secrets. The legend of Widow's Hollow serves as a chilling reminder. The frontier remembers those who walk upon it, the deeds of the living echo into the hills, and the spirits of the lost may still roam, guarding the secrets of the past.